Welcome to the Wednesday edition of Litter Media Live. With Aaron Glandon, I'm Dan Ramey. Good to have you here today. It's wet outside.
It is, and it's good to be inside right now.
Yes. As we broadcast from inside a warehouse on the litter propane property, and it has a tin roof. And usually when it's just drizzling just a little bit outside, it sounds like a heavy downpour.
Yes.
It's coming down right now, and you looked out the window.
It is a heavy downpour.
It is a heavy downpour.
It sounds the same as always, but it's worse today.
And being in a warehouse, we have one window, and that's the front door, and it's about this big. So from where we're sitting right now, we can only hear the elements. We can't see the elements. Yeah. So, all right. Having said all that, I wish it looked as sunny as it does in that picture, but it does not.
That would be nice.
Let's take a look at the forecast as we prepare for today. As you can see, winds are going from the west to the east. Temperatures in the mid-70s, so that's nice and comfortable. However, it's wet, and we're going to have showers like this throughout the day today, which is already making some changes for our high school baseball and softball games. We'll tell you about that coming up in sports, or you can look at it now. It's on our Haynes Total Healthcare Center high school scoreboard, available for your perusal at littermedia.com. For tonight, temperatures in the low 60s, and then sunshine returns tomorrow. Pleasant day. It's a Chamber of Commerce day for tomorrow. It is 75 for the high. We'll be back into the low 70s on Friday. And the cool thing about this is the humidity levels are low. I was out doing some yard work Monday, and it downright got hot.
Yeah.
I was perspiring a little bit.
Yeah. And we've been a little behind schedule as far as moving things into the house because of the rain and because I've been under the weather. And then my wife became under the weather.
Is that right?
So pray for us because we got to be in there by June 1st.
Home ownership, it changes your life.
Yes.
It certainly does. It'll be worth it all, though, once you get the move made.
We've got all the stuff from the living room moved over and unpacked. So you walk in the front door and it looks like we live there, but then you go deeper into the house and it's empty.
And it looks like, hey, it's a warehouse.
Where's all the kitchen stuff? Yeah.
And you hear your voice echo.
Yeah.
All right. It's a big house. Coming up here in just a bit, we'll take a look at what's making news for us across the Scioto Valley, and we'll look at sports. And this date in history has a little bit of a throwback for us here at Litter Media.
Yes, it does.
So that's all just ahead here on Litter Media Live.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org. Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Hey, check us out at littermedia.com, and you'll find a lot of the news that we're going to be sharing with you here today. But there's some things that we don't share on our website, but we do on our social media. So all that information, all of our platforms, available up in the right-hand corner at littermedia.com.
Except for the moment, Litter Media TikTok isn't on the homepage.
Oh, that's right.
But our TikTok is litter_media.
Been a lot of activity on TikTok.
Yeah, check us out on there. We have posts scheduled throughout this week all the way up till Sunday, and then I'll schedule some more.
Very good.
Making news today, the Ohio State Highway Patrol has reported that this Memorial Day weekend saw the lowest number of traffic fatalities in the last 18 years. The historically low traffic fatality numbers recorded over Memorial Day weekend comes 1 week after the State Highway Patrol conducted its first ever statewide enforcement initiative to deter and intercept impaired drivers. Motorists are reminded that roadway safety is a shared responsibility and are encouraged to call 677 to report drug activity and dangerous or impaired driving.
The Ross County Humane Society is in its new building, and a landmark moment took place yesterday. The first surgery was done in the new Fuster Family Surgery Suite. Veterinary students were operating on both cats and dogs yesterday. They're hoping to have the parking lot finished soon so that they'll have more room for visitors. In the meantime, the growing pains continue, but the new digs are a welcome sight for the workers and for the animals. This animal here was out of it during this surgery, obviously, but is recovering nicely. Before they had this surgery suite, surgeries were being done. They would have to transport those animals to like North Fork Animal Clinic and do the surgeries there. But now it's all being done right there.
The animal in that picture probably woke up and said, wow, this is a nice place I'm in.
Yeah. Cut me some more, would you?
Yeah. The Voice of Southern Ohio winners were awarded Sunday at the Feast of the Flowering Moon. Congratulations to, how do you pronounce this name?
I'm going to guess it's Lilia Polisi.
Yes, she won first place. Isabella Mascara with second place. And Chevelle Hartley won third place. Congratulations to all those winners from the Voice of Southern Ohio.
As we put a close on the Feast of the Flowering Moon, a quick reminder for you that starting tomorrow, the Deercreek Dam Days take place. It's the 56th annual event. One of the cool things, and I didn't get to see the...
I thought they started today, Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. Today is Wednesday.
Yes.
It is today. One of the cool things, I didn't get to see the Feast of the Flowering Moon parade this year, but when I saw it a couple of years ago, the float for the Dam Days, or the Deercreek Dam Days Queens, is a boat.
Oh, that is cool.
And they're pulling this boat through. It's perfect for today.
Yeah.
So I haven't looked at the schedule. I don't know.
It's a float that's a boat.
It
rhymes.
Precisely.
Wow. And boats float. It's like a triple entendre there.
This was before you came along, but during the Feast of the Flowering Moon and its early inception, we used to have a thing called the Anything That Floats But a Boat race, which I was in it. On board was Joe McFadden from Frisch's fame. He was with the Rotary, I was with the radio station, and we made it through the bridge. But it was...
So what were you in? You weren't in a boat.
It was with a lot of water. We were reconstructing the studios there at 45 West Main Street at the time. And so there was a lot of leftover material just laying over here and there. And so I built a framework, put some sides on it, got some inner tubes, put it underneath there. And it took us probably 45 minutes to go from one point of Yoctangi Park Lake under the bridge. But our last bit was, I found out how deep the lake is under the bridge. Yeah. You can walk. We were pushing it through the water.
When I was in college, all of the dorms, for the first couple weeks of school, all the dorms made cardboard boats. And one volunteer would be in the race. And whoever's dorm had the fastest boat or boat that didn't sink would win the race. Yeah.
Which might have been 15 yards.
Right. But I was the representative in our boat. And as soon as I got in the water, capsized immediately. I swam the rest of the race.
Didn't have to worry about swimming in Yoctangi Park Lake. You just walk right across it.
Yeah. The Chillicothe-Ross County Public Library's annual BookWorm program kicks off the summer next week. BookWorm isn't for kids only. Adult readers can also participate. This will be June 1st through July 22nd. To register, you can visit the library's website, ccrcpl.org, facebook.com/bookworm.
For those allergic to bee stings, you're fearful of bees, but the Pickaway Soil and Water Conservation District reminds us the importance of bees, describing them as unpaid interns of strawberry production. Bees are essential pollinators that help strawberries develop properly, leading to bigger, more uniform, and better quality fruit. Without them, strawberry yields would drop, and the berries that do form would often be smaller or misshapen. So thank a bee. I went to church with an older fella who's been gone now for about 15 years, but he was telling me about the importance of the bee, and he wouldn't cut his grass any shorter than 2 inches because of the clover.
Yep.
And that allows the bees to pollinate and go on and do what they do. It is essential for bees to be a part of our lives.
You ever seen the Bee Movie with Jerry Seinfeld?
I think I have.
I don't think it's
been a long time ago.
It's not a good movie, but it portrays the message of how important bees are very well. That's one thing it's good at.
Yes.
Because bees are important. If you see a bee and it's a pollinator bee, don't kill it.
Correct.
Don't step on them.
Yeah.
If you see them on a little flower.
But like I would say, if you're allergic to bees, chances are you're kind of fearful of them.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of panic around those, but not the case. I will tell you, early on in a project I did for Litter Media, and you can see this on our YouTube channel. It's one of our early videos. Went out to Hirsch Fruit Farm, and you talk about bees. This is during the blossom era, or the season of blossoms, and the bees were just all over the place, but they were getting their pollinators on.
Yeah. And if you just leave them alone and let them do their work, they're not going to sting you.
That's been the biggest thing we try and tell, like, my grandkids. Hey, leave it alone. Let him do his business. He's not going to, you don't bother him, he won't bother you.
Yep. Exactly.
That's a tough thing for some kids to remember, though.
Yes. Once you've been stung by a bee, that fear is kind of ingrained in you.
Yeah.
Next week is going to be big for Civil War buffs. Our friends at Dogwood Pass mark the weekend of June 6th and the 7th with reenactments of Morgan's raid during the Civil War. Dogwood Pass Old West Town is just east of Beaver on Adams Road in Pike County off of Ohio 32. And this event is going to be June 6th and 7th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. both days.
Are you familiar with Morgan's Raiders?
I'm not.
Morgan was he a general? I think he was a general.
I know Lieutenant Aaron Morgan of the State Highway Patrol.
Oh,
had him in.
And not the same guy.
Right.
But this Morgan, he was a Civil War general. I believe he was a general. And he was the one who led the South furthest north, and they came through Pike County.
Ah.
And they called them Morgan's Raiders because remember what your mom and her thoughts of General Sherman?
Yeah, she's not a
down
fan.
through Atlanta.
So Morgan is the north version of Sherman.
Well, the south version.
Right, but like we feel the same way towards him.
Yes.
Was he defeated in Pike County?
He was turned back, yes.
Good.
Yes. But the bridge on South Paint Street, where 772 crosses Paint Creek, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say because of the threat of Morgan making his way north, I believe they burnt that bridge down so he couldn't cross into Chillicothe.
Huh.
But he never came close to Chillicothe, from what I understand.
Because the South in the Civil War were a bunch of losers. That's my opinion.
And the creek that goes by where we live, I live on Morgan's Fork Road. He is the Morgan of Morgan's Raiders.
I see.
So there you go. Little history for you this morning.
Before even our historical segment of the show, we're already learning something.
Precisely. The Special Olympics will hold its annual games at Ohio State this weekend, and the Trailblazers' Deion Ford will be carrying the torch in Columbus. This feature that you'll be able to see on our news feed here on Facebook, this is just the image of the lead-in they give here, but he is a torch bearer, and they give a little biography of Deion. So I first met Deion when my wife was working at the Ross County YMCA, and he was a gym rat at the YMCA. And now to get to see him every once in a while, it's been pretty cool to bump into him and have chats. Yeah. Now that he's a man. Yeah. And now he's a torchbearer.
And I like watching him play in the celebrity basketball game every year.
Yeah.
All smile. He's just having a great time out there.
Oh, absolutely.
All the time.
Absolutely. All right, that's a look at the news for today. Coming up, sports, which we have news about sports. Fresh news, details coming up. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is your trusted comfort advisor when it comes to making the conditions right in your home or in your place of business. Accurate is who you need to contact. When you click on this ad, anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, it takes you to their website where you can learn more about their service territory and their services as well. And you meet some of the people, the faces of Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. It's AccurateHVAC.com.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Littermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Littermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
We're going to start off with our Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School Scoreboard, which is available for you at littermedia.com. And a lot of baseball yesterday. Huntington, Fairfield Union, and Logan Elm all won district championships yesterday, making their way to the Sweet 16. Congratulations. The Huntsmen beat Southeastern 7-5, an exciting game between two really good SVC teams. And they'll play in the Sweet 16 next week at Ohio University. Speaking of the Huntsmen, the Falcons and Braves will meet for a third time this season over at OU. That'll be in the regional semifinals next week as well. You can see the results at littermedia.com on our Haynes Total Health Center High School Scoreboard, littermedia.com. Lucasville Valley also picked up a win, so did Lynchburg Clay in district semifinals. And in Division 7, Greene and Trimble also advanced to the district final. All right, here's what's happening today. Softball was to dominate the day, but they're starting to make some moves because of the rain that we've been experienced. Last we saw, Lancaster is still scheduled to play today up at Olentangy at 5 o'clock. Central District has been slow on posting things on their website, so some of these will change if we continue to have the kind of weather we've had make its way through this hour. Bloom Carroll is supposed to play Dover today, and that's at Byrne Union High School. Now, some of these facilities have turf, which affords them the ability to wait a storm out. But I'm telling you, there are some schools that if they've already made moves, like Gallia Academy was supposed to play John Glenn at Philo. They have moved that to tomorrow. Also moved to tomorrow, Wheelersburg, Piketon, and Meigs. Their games have all been moved. There was a time change on Meigs in Tuscarawas Valley. They'll be playing at 4 o'clock now. Moved to tomorrow, Eastern Pike and Lucasville Valley's games in the Division 6 regional semifinal. And Portsmouth Notre Dame and Sims Valley had their games moved also in Division 7. You can see all of that at littermedia.com. There's a bunch of baseball games that are supposed to be played today, too. Some are at the VA, so those will likely be played unless there's lightning. But, for instance, some of these schools have grass fields, and that will mean a delay, no doubt.
But the moral of the story is keep an eye on the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard.
Precisely.
And you'll stay up to date with what's happening.
Yes.
The Chillicothe Paints dropped their season opener last night in Johnstown 4-3 in 10 innings. They'll wrap up their 2-game set with the Mill Rats today, and their home opener tomorrow. Their home opener is tomorrow at the VA Memorial Stadium against Kokomo.
And unless it's raining, they should be playing right now. It was scheduled for an 11 o'clock start today in Johnstown. Track and field, I forgot to mention that to you. Southeastern High School is hosting the D4 regional meet today and Friday, Division 5 on Thursday and Saturday. Field events trials begin at 4:30, running events at 6 p.m. Good number of schools will be competing over at Muskingum University, and then also Chillicothe, Hillsborough, Miami Trace. They have to go all the way up to Troy for the regional being played tomorrow and Friday. So, or today and Friday for Chillicothe, Hillsborough, Miami Trace. Reds have won 4 straight. They defeated the Mets last night 7-2. It's good to see these guys playing well again. They'll wrap up their set in New York tonight.
And the Guardians last night fell to Washington 6-3, so they're down 2 games in that series. They'll finish up the series this afternoon.
I didn't see what happened between Oklahoma City and San Antonio. Once the Cavs were done, I'm done with the NBA.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened. It was series was tied at 2 games.
I mean, Oklahoma City and San Antonio, they're far enough away. I don't think people here really care.
I don't know that the New York Knicks spoiled it for me, or if the disappointment in how the Cavaliers played during that. I mean, they started off, was it game 1? They had a 22-point lead, and then it just was erased.
And then to lose by 37 points in the last game.
Oh, and they were down by 42 at one point.
Yeah. It seems like they quit. They gave up.
Well, it was such an emotional conference semifinal series that they were in to get there.
Yeah.
And the Knicks were rested.
Yeah. Cavs lost steam.
Now they're going to be rested for whoever comes out of the West.
Yeah.
So, and just like when the Blue Jackets had their chances dissipate, I couldn't begin to tell you. I think, is Las Vegas in the Stanley Cup Finals?
Who knows? My sister probably knows. She's a Vegas fan.
I think Carolina is in it because, and I only know that because I saw the Hurricanes had up on their scoreboard a tribute to Kyle Busch when he passed away the other day. Mm-hmm. Other than that, maybe they're playing Montreal. I can't remember. Yes, seems like Montreal because their goalie is an Ohio State Buckeye, and I saw that show up on one of the sports stations out of Columbus. So, all right. We probably ticked off a lot of NBA fans and NHL fans.
I don't think either me or Dan really watched the NBA or the NHL.
If it's not the Cavaliers, and I just,
And I don't even watch the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
So you're doing better than I am.
Gotcha. This Date in History is on the way next with a special throwback on Litter Media. You won't want to miss that.
But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. There's no bill when there's a fill. You can contact Litter Quality Propane today about their metered gas service at litterpropane.com.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Find a career you love with Chillicothe-Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Chillicothe-Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Time for the educational portion of our program. And today with a touch of comedy. We'll get to that in just a moment. 1940, on this date in history, British and Allied forces began the evacuation of Dunkirk. This is Operation Dynamo during World War II.
And they made a pretty good movie out of it.
So, and was that Dunkirk?
Yes.
I don't think I saw Dunkirk.
It's really good. The first kind of half hour, it's hard to tell where it's going.
Has to tell the story.
Yeah, but by the end, it is well worth it. I highly recommend you check that movie out.
It's like some of the early Marvel Universe movies. You have to go through the character development stages, and then eventually you get to the action.
Right.
Yeah. And it was on this date just a year ago in 2025. I think I was out for some reason.
You were. I think it might have been a Friday, because usually you would take Fridays, and me and Mike would do the show.
Or it might have been I was working on the Western High School commencement video, which I did throughout the weekend, and still waiting to get approval on it, but it should be live on our Facebook or on our YouTube channel here before too long. But Mike Smith, well, there's audio with this?
Yes, we'll let him tell it.
Okay.
As we told you last week, in an effort to save our budget, we are going with our own artwork.
It looks like the finger. It looks like you're giving our viewers the finger.
We're saving our budget for our own artwork for images. On this date in 1930, New York's Chrysler Building, yes, that is it is the Chrysler Building, is completed, becoming the world's tallest building at that time.
This was one of the funniest moments I've ever been a part of on the air.
One of the most obscene, obvious as well.
Yeah, just real glad we don't have the FCC monitoring this show. But one of the worst drawings I've ever seen, courtesy of Mike Smith.
It's a spire, he says.
It's a spire.
On the Chrysler Building. I've seen the Chrysler Building.
Doesn't look like that.
It doesn't look like that, no. We went to New York City back in 2005. Back when I was working with iHeartMedia, we had a convention in New York City. I'd never been before. Never been to Big Apple.
I've never been.
And so Dan Latham, who was our general manager at the time, we flew to New York City for this. He was a native of the region. I think he went to school in New Jersey, but his dad worked in Manhattan, downtown. And you talk about a different place, much different place. You go to Columbus, it's got its fast-paced feel to it. Mm-hmm. When we flew into LaGuardia, is where we landed, I saw the Trump airplane, and that looked kind of cool. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, hey, looky there. And then it was, you got to keep moving. If you slow down at all, you're left behind.
Yeah. And I feel like
it's crazy.
People have the perception that New Yorkers are rude, but I think to each other, they're not rude. They're just, everybody knows I got to be somewhere. Yeah. This interaction that we're having right here is a fraction of my time. So it can't be.
Now, this was 4 years after 9/11 when we were there, and the city was still on edge. Mm-hmm. And there were still military personnel in Grand Central Station. So we had flown in, then the shuttle took us to Grand Central Station, and then we got onto a taxi from there, I think. I can't remember. But here's what stood out to me was when we walked into Grand Central Station, and keep in mind, my son was still in the military at the time, so I had the presence of mind from what I saw when Danny was in the boot camp. We had gone down to Texas, San Antonio, where he was graduating, and the boys wanted to go to Six Flags over Texas. So we did. And while we were walking around with them, they were in their uniform, their airman uniforms, and people were walking up, shaking their hands, saying, thank you for your service. Mm-hmm. And it just stayed with me. So we step into Grand Central Station, we walk by, and there is a fellow in full combat gear standing watch over all of Grand Central Station. And I'd gone probably 5 paces past him, and I stopped and I turned to thank him for his service. And he just went into readiness mode. And then when he heard what I had to say, he was like, well, thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
But there for a moment, he was like, I'm on guard.
Yeah.
And so it was a different time. You know, we're talking 20 years ago. So I've not been back to New York since, so I can't give you a sense of what it feels like today.
Yeah. And I've never been, so I don't know.
It was nothing like what we see on TV. That's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah, all those
we get a perception from what we see, but when you get there, it's different.
Every time you see like someone getting mugged in an alley on a TV show, New York doesn't have alleys like that, does it? Because it's all a grid system.
No, there's alleys like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always heard that there wasn't.
But it looks so much different than and I can't remember. It was the French Connection in New York City.
I don't know.
But having watched the French Connection, maybe it was Chicago, I can't remember. But the cities don't look like that in the 70s. They've cleaned up a lot of the areas. Yeah. They really have.
I have been to Chicago. Chicago has a nice downtown.
I've driven through Chicago. I'm sorry. I've sat behind the wheel of my car in traffic in Chicago. Can't say that I drove.
The first time, because I've been to Chicago 2 or 3 times. I've seen King Gizzard and the Lizard there twice. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. But the first time I was there, I was driving, and I was the first one at a red light. In the second it turned green, the person behind me was laying on their horn.
You didn't have split-second reaction?
No, I didn't. And
I remember seeing a missionary at church one time, and they were showing video and pictures of their trip to wherever they were. I can't remember where they were, some third world country somewhere. But he said, you see these large guardrail type things on the front of these trucks? They have them in there to protect them from the cattle that they see on the roadway. Here it's deer. There it was cattle. But it was also to push you through the intersection when you didn't go with the green light fast enough.
Wow. Different times. I like the slow pace of Chillicothe, Ohio. It's a nice town here.
Have you been through Chillicothe recently?
I like the slow pace when Chillicothe doesn't have construction.
Well, the slow pace and even then people are not patient.
More patient than they are in Chicago.
Just be courteous when
yes.
and Just be courteous. That's all I got to say about that.
Let's tell you about our national days today.
Yes, please.
And we do this. There's one here that it seems like an anomaly to me.
Oh.
Cellophane Tape Day is number 1. Senior Health and Fitness Day.
Wait, cellophane tape. Is that different than Scotch tape?
It's use cellophane tape to clean your keyboard. It's great for picking up tiny shards of broken glass.
Oh, yeah.
Temporarily hold up a hem with cellophane tape until you can properly repair it. Mm-hmm. Wrap a toilet paper roll with cellophane tape sticky side out and hang it from the ceiling to create a makeshift fly trap. Mm-hmm. So I think it's like stickier.
A friend of mine,
Scotch tape.
Russ Egan, used to use it to keep his tie together. You know how you have a tie clip or a tie pin to keep the little part from. First thing he would do when he walk into the radio studio, he would take a piece of tape off the dispenser, stick his tie together.
That's funny. Senior Health and Fitness Day. How are you doing, Dan?
I'm doing fine.
You feel healthy and fit?
Yes.
All right. Flip Flop Day.
Flip-flop day.
And then here's where it gets a little strange.
Is that to wear flip-flops or to go back and forth with your decision-making?
You can pick. It doesn't say on the back, so I'll let you choose.
Do I wear flip-flops? Do I wear sandals?
And it's Grape Day and also Grape Popsicle Day.
Ah.
Now, this seems to me like grape popsicles are being real selfish because they're already included here. And they say, no, I want spotlight on me. Because what about grape soda and grape candy and all the other grape things? Why does grape popsicle need to have its own spotlight?
All of which are generally purple, right?
Yes.
What about the white grapes?
Yeah.
Which are actually green.
Yeah.
We never see anything that has the taste of white grapes.
White wine.
Well, I'm not a wine drinker, so.
I like Pinot Grigio.
Is that right?
Yep.
Does it like you?
I don't go much farther than that.
I'm trying to think if I've ever tasted wine. I don't think I've ever had a taste of wine. Had champagne once. We were celebrating a ratings win when I worked at Sunny 95. And it was like, okay, I've got it. And I'm thinking, do I pretend like I drink it or do I not? And so everyone was hoisting and I went like this, tasted it, and that was it for me.
Yeah. The few times I've had champagne were at weddings, and I don't think it was particularly great champagne, and I didn't like it very much.
I'll take Sprite. Give me a Sprite.
Yeah,
over
Sprite's
champagne.
good. I like Sprite.
I could handle that better. So, all right. Now that we've given you our personal thoughts.
Yeah. But anyway, grape popsicle. Why are you trying to steal spotlight for yourself?
I like grape popsicles.
I'm not saying that grape popsicles aren't any good, but I'm saying they're not any more special than a grape soda or other grape things.
Mm-hmm. Maybe celebrate with a grape crush today.
Yeah, do that. Or a grape Fanta, whichever you prefer.
That's it for the program. Thank you for watching. If you missed our earlier show today, that's available on our YouTube channel.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we had a sit down with Angela Young. Christian Jones was here, and also Buzz and Susie Locklear. And I was thinking on the way in, because I just met Buzz here not long ago, and I don't know why, but this didn't occur to me when we first met. Buzz Locklear.
Sounds like Buzz Lightyear.
Sounds like Buzz Lightyear. And I was fearful I was going to call him Buzz Lightyear.
When they first came in, I had them all write their names down so I could type them onto the information. Yeah. And just first glance, I saw Buzz Locklear. And I thought, no way, this says Buzz Lightyear. And then I looked at it closer.
To infinity and beyond.
Yes.
You'll be able to see that interview on our YouTube channel today. All right, that's it for the program. We'll see you soon with another edition of Litter Media Live.